What's up, you guys, and welcome back on another episode of the Smart Talk. We were talking about real struggles, real stories, and entrepreneurs that came from the ground up. Today, I got a very special guest here today. I got my boy COYA in the building.
What's going on?
What's up, my dog?
How you doing, bro?
Chillin', man. How you been, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
You been alright?
Doing all right, bro. My bad. I forgot your name again.
Evis, bro.
Evis.
Yeah.
Cool, bro.
There
cool.
you go.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet
We
you,
call him
too.
Mr. Brazil, dog.
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Yeah, man.
Man.
He came back impregnating women from Brazil, and now he's back
I
on the
love
Smart
that
Talk,
guy.
bro.
I had to leave a few kids out there, Project Neymar, bro. Project Neymar. I do.
Oh shit! Well, man, I appreciate you coming on the show.
Of course.
You're a big artist in the community in New Mexico. You're a growing artist. You have a lot of inspirations and big goals you have in life. So I want people to just get to know the true COYA and what you're really all about. So tell me a little bit more about yourself, bro.
Yeah, man. Where do I start? Where do you want me to start?
Say,
At?
bro, from childhood.
Childhood.
Yeah.
I was born in El Paso. I grew up here most of my life, but I was born over there. I lived in Utah for just a little bit when I was real young, and then we got here probably I was about two and a half, maybe 3. I'm the youngest of 3 boys, so growing up in the home with 2 older brothers. I'm also the smallest. So I'm 6'2", but the rest of my family is just huge. So, I love my family. They're great. But getting into music is like, I played piano since I was 6, transitioned to drums when I was 13. And then, in high school, it was like, I was probably like 15 doing like the SoundCloud rap stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just dabbling like with all the DAWs, the softwares, just kind of figuring out, how everything works. And then, putting together something, what we would call a song. And then I just kind of decided like over the next few years, like I don't really want to rap. Like I wanted to sing. So, I started working a lot more on my songwriting and got like my own recording space, started working on my own stuff, my own style, and then eventually transitioned into like kind of really what I wanted to do. So like really finding the beat structures that I wanted, the sounds, the melodies, cadence, all that type of stuff that's just all unique to me, instead of just like kind of piggybacking off other people's flows, like rap style, different stuff like that. It was just more melodic sound, more stuff that's just all from me. So that was about like 17, 18, and then 19, I think that was when I had dropped my first actual song on like all platforms. And that did pretty well. It was all right. A lot of people liked it. I like the record still, but it's just completely different era than now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When you first started, were you also producing and engineering your entire sound, or did you have somebody else doing it?
No. I would do what I could on it, but they would all just be references that I would send to my engineers.
Mm-hmm.
I understood from a really young age that like, you can go far by yourself, but you can go a lot further with a team. So I just started building that as soon as possible. And that whole aspect of working here in Albuquerque is nuts, bro. Because like trying to work with other people and in other areas here is honestly really difficult. Like not a lot of people are focused. Not a lot of people know what they want to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And just not a lot of people take it serious. Like, if there's someone who actually takes it serious and they take themselves serious and they know what they can do, it's a whole different level compared to somebody who's just like trying it out. You know what I mean? Like just doing it for fun. And that's kind of a lot of what you see here in this city, which is unfortunate. But
So why did you decide to move back to Albuquerque or move here?
yeah, so well, I'll go into when I moved. So I moved to Dallas in 2021. What is it? 25?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. No, 2023 then probably. Yeah. It was great, like just getting out of here, bigger city, more opportunities. And and it was good. Like, but even there, I was really struggling. Like, that was like that time frame. I really wanted to find a producer. Like, I really wanted to find a producer that could really structure my beats tailored to me. And I've been just looking everywhere, you know what I mean? And I've gone coast to coast, like, just blowing through everything. And I've, like, you find some really talented people, but, like, I wanted someone where I could sit down and we can structure this whole entire beat to the song, whether it be 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, doesn't matter. Like, the whole thing, I can put, like, the entirety of myself into this record. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we can own the whole thing. So that came through. I worked in solar for like 6 years. So I was doing that out there, and I met this guy, and he introduced me to this producer. Well, I needed like a home studio over there, so I kept going to the studio at his place, and I kept seeing all this equipment that was never being used, and I asked him, like, what is all this for? And he's like, there's this different guy that comes here. He's really fire, but he just leaves it here, and you know, he's not really here a lot. I was like, well, like, he produces? He's like, yeah. He's like, okay, I want to meet that guy. And so he eventually set up a little session between me and my producer now. His name's Remy. He's the owner of High Bros LLC, which is our team in Thailand, Laos, Korea, and America. And so shout out Remy. We actually just partnered with our label now and created our own DSP called Melody. So we own that too as well. And so meeting that guy, like, off rip, we like created pretty much like my first house record. Like, just boom. Like, they just got in there, chopped it up a little bit, then just got to work. And like, it's right when I sat down, like, I already knew, like, I was filling him out for like what his abilities were on the DAW. You know what I mean? Like, and he's been doing music for a long time, like 17 plus years. So you know, immediately I could see, like, oh, this guy's on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he's creating his style. You know, we're working well together. We're putting this beat together. I start laying down vocals, and as soon as he hears me put down the vocals, he's like, oh shit, and just like restructures the whole thing. And I was like, okay, bet. And then turns out that, like, this song was pretty fire. I haven't dropped it yet, but once we get a final mix on that one, it'll be pretty dope. So I met him, and 8 months later, we went overseas together and traveled 3 different countries and met a whole bunch of people, did a whole bunch of crazy shit. It was awesome.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's
I
dope.
know you do music in, was it Thailand, right? Or
Yeah. So our label is in Thailand. We would probably consider, like, our home base is in, like, Laos over there. Laos is a small country right above Thailand, and then Korea. We have a lot of connects in Korea as well. Joffrey Damas is part of our team, also from Albuquerque, local artist, and we're all signed to the same label, and he's signed to Warren Chappell as well, and he writes for a lot of K-pop artists. So, like, I don't know if you guys heard this, like Super M or BTS or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he wrote. They wrote for Jopping on Super M, the one that went #1.
What was the reason why you guys set up in Thailand?
My producer's Lao.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had been watching him for a few years, I guess, and then once we started, like, I really encouraged him to, like, yo, like, we can bring this together. Like, when I got out there, Joffrey had moved out there too, and I didn't even know that. So when we had found that out, I was like, yo, come to the studio. We started working together, and then my producer already had an R&B guy. His name's Evo Did It. And like I said, this is all part of our crew now. And as soon as us 3 got together, it was like Joffrey was rapping, I was singing, and Evo's more like R&B, soul type of stuff. So, like, with all the records that we made together, all 3 different styles, it was just crazy, you know? And so he was, these people are watching him. We're posting a lot of content, and eventually they just started hitting him up like, yo, we really want to get you guys out here. So we took that flight, met a bunch of people, met with the label, And then when we came back, they sent us contracts, and
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Hey, so when it comes to making music, obviously it's a super saturated market. There's a lot of people that want to produce, rap, sing. Uh, what makes you feel like you stand out from the other people, or you feel like your shit's gonna really pop off and you'll be a big time star one day?
Yeah. Are you talking about here?
Or
Are you
just in
talking
general?
about wherever?
Yeah.
A lot of it is just like, you know, music is a saturated market, but it's a business. So it's like it's kind of like think about it this way, like when you walk around, like this is kind of a weird analogy, but when you walk around and you just look at average men, like they usually would only take one punch to knock them out, right? Like you're not really worried about like every single person, like, oh, shaking them down, like, oh, like this and that and the other. It's like you already know walking in, like talking to an artist, if they're worth a shit or not. Like if they actually are on their shit, if they're actually taking it serious, like you could just tell by their demeanor, by their work ethic, by just whatever they got going on, like whatever kind of level you have in the first conversation that you have with this person, it's pretty easy to figure out, like, you know, what they're doing. And like when you get into the music scene around these parts, like that's nobody is serious about it, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it's pretty easy when you actually get in a room with real creators, like people who really take it seriously, and they have their shit down to a science. Like that's when you're like, whoa, like this is a whole different vibe compared to what's like what I'm, you know, what I come from, like over here, you know what I mean? That's what I saw in Dallas, like boys who really got motion, like boys who are really putting the work in, putting the time in daily. They already got shit set up. You know, they're building their own studios. They're making their own Netflix commercials. They're doing their own shit. You know what I mean? Like, they're really popping their shit like that. So it's like people over here, like we got Netflix studios here and people don't even utilize that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like over here, it's just kind of easy, you know?
Why do you think that is? That's
because, well, I mean,
like do you think it's a lack of passion or incentive out here in New Mexico?
Well, it's one, it's the egotistical thing. Like people's ego is insane. Like they have no accolades and they put out a song and they think that they're the hottest shit since sliced bread. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, like put some, like they do throw like a $200 budget on a video. It's like, bro, all of this is garbage. Like you just made a whole bunch of garbage and put it out there. And now you call yourself a rapper or something, you know? Like, it's just like, you know, I just, like, personally, I try to stay away from all that shit. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't really talk to a lot of people here anymore. So it's like, I'm not worried about any of that. Like, you know, I know, you know, I think your initial question was, how do I know? Like, how do I know I'm going to pop off or
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really worried about that, you know what I mean? My music, I create music to affect the masses. So it's like I create music that is going to fill stadiums. Like it's not going to, you know, I'm not here for like little shows. Like those are cool. Like private small shows, those are dope, but like essentially the goal is doing world tours. Like, you know, speaking messages through my music is my passion. Like that's going to be my ministry, for the gospel, for the word, and for, you know, all my love and faith that I have in Christ. That's going to be, that's going to impact my community and my people. So,
what song do you think that kind of blew you up or kind of got you to the next level?
Like that's dropped.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my most streamed record is "Put You in Ghost." Did 250,000. I think it's at like 275 right now or something like that.
What's your favorite verse in that song?
Favorite verse in the song?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't listened to that song in a long time, but my friends like it. Yeah, that song is like, it's really deep. To be honest, like I write a lot of music about my brother, and he doesn't really know that. You know what I mean? Like, like a lot of records that I put out, like in my past, in a couple of my last 2 albums, I wrote a lot of songs about him. and just everything we were going through. Like in that time of my life, it was really different struggle. Like it was us kind of transitioning out of athletics into real life, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so my brother was a world-class athlete, so like for him it was way different for me, you know what I mean? I was his just biggest cheerleader. Like I would do anything to just watch that guy run and just race and just destroy everybody. I loved it. But when he had to like actually fall back and transition out of that stuff, like mentally it messed me up. You know, I really thought he was gonna be the one to like go to the Olympics and be the golden child. You know what I mean? Like be the star, and just did everything. You know, God had different plans for that. So
Yeah, when it comes to writing music and stuff, obviously there's people that aren't gonna like your music or dislike you as a person. How do you like handle that hate and criticism?
about writing music,
Yeah,
there's
or
not a
just your
single
music in
motherfucker in
general.
this state that could write music like me. So I don't really pay attention. I don't know. I mean, like, people are gonna hate no matter what. Like, half the time I'm just laughing because it's like, well, you're hating, but there's nothing on your plate, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy to mitigate that stuff. Like, you know, if somebody's hating, it's either because they want what you have or they hate themselves. So, you know,
Use that as like
just be compassionate with them. Try to be kind. You know, figure out what that root issue is. Like, you know, why do you feel this way? Like, why do you feel the need to, you know, cut at me for that stuff? And like, especially because of my writing style, like, I understand that it's gonna affect people, you know, like in a way that they probably are not used to and they don't like. So like, being that I have to write, like being that I'm the one writing these songs, like I have to be able to take that, you know what I mean? Like people who are gonna have backlash towards it, people who are not gonna, you know, they're gonna have feedback about it, good and bad. Most of it's good, you know. But like the bad stuff is pretty bad, you know what I mean? Like I've got death threats before, threatening my
That's
family,
crazy.
Really?
threatening, yeah, like all types of stuff like that. Mainly from my past. Not really a whole lot of stuff like recently, but that was just mainly all from, you know, just past life experience and stuff. But yeah,
Does that shit
it
scare
can
you?
get crazy. Huh?
Does that shit scare you when you get like those death threats and stuff like that?
No, I mean, you know, a lot of people they're not built like that. So we're strapped like the army, so we're good.
He said it shut like that. So how do you let's say when you get any sort of hate or just negative comments, do you actually respond to it or do you just ignore it? It's just kind of like it's whatever.
No, I mean, it depends who it is, to be honest. Like if I know the person, then yeah, for sure I'll ask him a question, you know. I'll just conversate with them, you know. I understand where they're coming from, like depending on the songs, like, you know, they're either hurting or they're healing or there's something going on there, you know what I mean? So like I don't want to poke that or force anything, you know. I just want to just be there. If you need to conversate with me, like about whatever you need to, go ahead. Like I'm here, I'll listen. But yeah.
I see.
Who'd you grow up listening to, bro?
Me?
Yeah. Like who's someone can you idolize or like kind of look up to as far as?
Big inspiration. Two big inspirations that are more on like the pop side would be Black Bear and John Bellion. I really love John Bellion. John Bellion to me is like, dude, that guy's the shit. Like he got everything going on. He know, like, ooh, and he just got out of his deal. So he was locked in a deal for 6 years. He couldn't drop no music, and he just finally got his contract reversed. So he dropped 2 back-to-back bangers, bro. And like I was like, oh, he's back on, baby. So I'm excited to see what his journey is gonna continue and look like over the next couple of years.
Do you look up to his music just because it kind of relates to you in a way, or you just?
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, it was really helpful and healing for me, just in my journey of like going through depression and going through, you know, mental health issues and all that type of stuff. His music was really like healing for me, and that was probably the biggest thing that like attracted me to him. Same thing with Black Bear. but then like there's different like there's other genres. Like I tried to steer away from listening to so much rap anymore. Like I don't really listen to a whole lot of rap anymore. But now like since I'm a vocalist, like my big dream is to work with artists like Illenium and like Zed's Dead and like, you know what I mean, just EDM artists, EDM DJs like that, to be able to provide them vocals to put on their songs into their production. And so like listening to a lot of artists like that, that's kind of like my main style. Getting into a lot of house. Vion is probably one of my biggest house artists that I listen to. I listen to a lot of him.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand, or when it comes to making music or producing, that it is really expensive. You know, the studio time, the equipment, just your own personal time taking out of work. Like, how do you budget your money and just to make sure you keep your music going?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, a lot of it is building your network. You know, if you don't want to have to pay for everything, you gotta make some friends. You know, so you gotta build a network. You gotta make some connections. I've been super blessed with my team, with everything I've been able to do, and like as far as budgeting goes, like with whatever needs to be done, you just got to make more money. So like you just got to figure it out. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. I'm in the point of my life is just I just have to figure that out. Figure out that invoice, figure out that payment, like whatever needs to go down, but it's got to happen. So just kind of making moves slowly but surely and consistently. Like consistently is the hardest thing, especially when it comes to my music. Like, you know, I'm not a rapper, so like rappers can go in a studio for 2 hours and pump out like 5 songs, you know what I mean? Like, let me put it in perspective for you. Like, for me to make a full mix track and get a master out of it, it's probably like over 30 hours.
Damn.
So,
because you really take your time.
Yeah, break that into like a 4 hours per session. Probably like $300 per session. You're looking at like 4,500. Record. I got 30 records in the vault that need mixing. You know what I mean? Like it all that shit stacks up. So like you gotta, you know, it's kind of weighs you down after a while, but like that's when you just like it opens up. I mean, at least for me, it opened up my brain to just figure out different avenues. Like, you know, if this is just really a way that's too expensive, if we can't afford this route right now, you know, it might be the best way, but we got to figure something else out. So we got to open a new lane. You know, we got to work differently with this guy. We got to rework this contract with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Just, we got to figure out what we can do with where we're at right now, and just make it shake. So,
do you feel like it's a lot of your music is also negotiating in order to get it out? Like a lot of your work.
Wear multiple hats in a way.
Yeah. Oh, well, like as far as like the business side goes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like cutting out working with other people kind of helped a lot of that. Mm-hmm. Like I don't really like do features anymore or like take any of that stuff, you know what I mean? But just kind of keeping everything inside the team right now. Mm-hmm. We got some dope artists in the team, so it's like if I want to go work with somebody, I'll go work with one of the best writers on the planet. You know what I mean? Like he's just a phone call away. Mm-hmm. Or just one of our dope ass R&B guys. Like, you know, we'll get in the studio together and melodize together and create something simple and awesome. And yeah.
So let's say somebody here in New Mexico is sort of in the same lane as you, trying to make music similar to you. How would
nobody. I would have found him by now.
In case scenario, but how would you tell them to like make those connections and get to the point where you're at?
Just know your stuff. Know what you want. Know what you're looking for, and know your next step. Like have your next step planned, and be friendly. Like talk to everybody. You ain't got nothing to lose, bro. You don't have shit. So like, talk to everybody. Don't be afraid. People are gonna be dicks like all the time. Like they're gonna be like selfish and have a big head and have an ego. That's fine. Like you don't need that. Move on to the next one. You know what I mean? Because there'll be somebody that'll mess with you, and they'll mess with you heavy, and it'll change your life. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you just got to keep looking, keep your head down, stay focused. Don't ever let any of that entitled, wannabe shit ever get to your head, because it's not worth it.
Do you feel like you're the top artist in New Mexico?
Probably not. But I'm up there. Yeah.
So if you say you're not, then why don't you collab with the people that you feel like they are?
They're trash.
But isn't that kind of contradicting, though, to what you just said?
Not really. I mean, like when you look at how this state does, like, award shows and, like, weird shit like that, like, also, there's also, like, there is nobody in my lane. Like, I'm not saying that to be cocky. I'm saying, like, I've looked. Like, there's no one. Like, nobody creates hyperpop / EDM / pop music like I do. Like, nobody is just in that lane. Like, I have looked for so many artists that I could actually, like, get down and work with. And it's just, like, there's nobody, Or people don't want to get on timing, or they don't want to work, or they're lazy, or they don't want to pay for studio time, or they don't want to pay for mixing. It's like, eventually you just get tired of it, bro. It's like, you guys do not take this serious at all. You're just here to fuck off. Like, you're literally just here to put up something on Instagram and fuck off. Like, I'm not here for that. I'm here for keeps. So, like, everything I work with, everything I do got to make sense, or you got to make money.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be more sufficient for you, for your career, to move out of the state?
Yeah. Oh, that was your initial question. I came back here for my family. So, like, I missed all the holidays last year and everything. And also my mental got pretty messed up over there in Dallas, and I needed to ground myself and be closer to my parents. My parents are, like, the most spiritual people in my life. So it's like, just being able to conversate with them. I was also just really working on my sobriety as well. So, like, I'm 5 months sober now, and that had to all get handled.
You went through some shit or what?
Yeah, man, I was going through a lot of shit, but that had to pretty much all get handled, like, before I could just do anything. I knew, like, I had to just figure that out, because it was just messing my life up, And so, yeah, just being closer to my family, being closer to my parents, that was probably just the best decision for me, and it's been really helpful. So it's helped me a lot in everything that I have coming up this year, next year, and so forth.
Are your parents your biggest supporters as far as your music goes? Because I know sometimes a lot of parents don't support their sons or daughters' goals and ambitions because they think it's stupid or dumb.
Yeah, honestly, no, they're not. I don't even know if my mom has even listened to my music. I know my dad has. He tells me he likes some of my stuff, I'm pretty sure, but my mom is a little bit different. My mom's a little more critical on that type of stuff, but I'm not really worried about it. I'm not doing it for them. They help me in other aspects of my life. They help me in becoming a better person, so that I can be who I need to be for this aspect of my life, and so it sucks, like, not, like, we won 3 top Asia awards over there in Thailand, which is like the Asian Grammys, and, like, I don't even think they said good job. You know what I mean? So, like, no, like, I don't really get support like that, but like, it's my parents, you know what I mean? I've known them my whole life. I know how they move, and I know that they mean well, and I know that they do their best. So, that's all I can ask for.
Yeah. When it comes to making music, I know it's for sure a grind. How do you keep yourself motivated just to keep going, keep pushing, keep writing?
Ooh, yeah. Well, I write all the time, so it becomes like a part of you. It becomes second nature. So, like, anything that comes into my head, that's why I utilize the phone, and everything that I need to structure a song, or anything that just comes into my head, I'm writing, and then eventually, if I find a beat that I like, or I find a melody in my head, I'll just voice record it, save it. But really the work like really gets done in the studio. Like at that point I have so many ideas to work off of that I'm just kid in a candy store, you know what I mean? Throw the beat on, I'm just everywhere. We're trying everything. Engineers going crazy. Like we're just figuring out where we want the song to go, and then once we find the lane, then we'll proceed on that. But yeah, I mean, like, as far as staying motivated, like, dude, that's just discipline, brother. Like, there ain't nothing else to it. You gotta get up and grind. Like, ain't nothing is gonna be handed to you here. So,
was there ever a moment where you feel like I want to quit? Like, this isn't for me. It's too much work, too much money, too much time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not that this isn't for me. I knew it was always for me, but, yeah, just you get down on yourself, you know, when you're just like flat broke, nothing's working out. You know, you've been really going hard for the last couple of years and see no results. You know, that's the type of stuff that can really get somebody down. But promise, bro, if you just keep pushing, like God's gonna bless you. You really got nothing to worry about if you just give it all to Him, put it in His hands.
What's like your next big move, your next big aspiration? Like, what do you got planned for the future, bro?
I don't know. I'm probably not gonna say a lot about that, but
yeah, give the audience a little sprinkle, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, well, we'll have
a tip, bro.
Oh man.
We'll have a couple new songs coming out this year. I'll probably release at least one on my own, so that I can get another record out, because it takes a long time to get stuff out with the label. That's what we're starting to realize. It takes like it got to get approved in 3 countries now instead of just 1. So it takes a long time, but we are fully allowed. We have full control of our stuff, so we can drop whenever we want on our own platforms. It's just not going to be pushed by the labels, you know, marketing strategies and their techniques, I believe. Which is fine, but, you know, we'll figure it out. But, yeah, a couple songs that we got coming out. I think me and Joffrey will be dropping one together. I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to drop one myself. But I probably will, because I have some stuff loaded that I'm about ready to release. So that's probably all I would say on that. Yeah, a lot of stuff is still in the works. I don't know, you know, what I could talk about right now, but...
For your release party, man, we gotta have it at the Hookah Lounge, bro.
I'd be down, bro. It'd be super fun.
I got you, man. The people you like working out here with, as far as like the media crew and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Vivid
Canvas.
Yeah. Reef and all them was.
They gonna get you right?
Hell yeah, bro. No, we did a video here. Did it in the mountains, and they were. I love their energy, bro. They go hard. They go hard all the time. And yeah, definitely viewers, if you guys know Vivid Canvas, Albuquerque, New Mexico, hit them up. We'll plug them.
Oh shit. Well, I appreciate you coming on here, bro, and telling people kind of like your little life story and your come up and stuff. You know, you're my dog for life. I always wish you the best, you personally, in your music career. Always got a lot of love for you, man. Before we end today's podcast, I want to give a huge shout out to our 2 main sponsors. We got Hookah Kings, the top-rated hookah lounge in New Mexico, and Merino Media, quality content for your business and image. And I'll see you guys next time on the Smart Talk.
Sir.
Good job, bro.